Find a few information right here on our today's edition. Good afternoon, Killer Beats.
PMC.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yo, so you get to surprise us with my diary, which we didn't even see or maybe expect.
That was the whole point. I didn't want to start making noise about it. I was waiting in silence.
Oh my! So when you posted it, I saw Magetu as well. Didn't see it coming. You also said, "Yo, I hope it's not a prank."
I told nobody about it. Even the artists, the only artists that knew were the ones that were on the diary. Nobody. I told nobody about it.
I love
even Big Busy. Even Big Busy found out towards the end.
Wow. I love the fact that even the artists that were in my diary never, not anyone even said anything to anyone. That's what we call profession.
Exactly.
Yeah, but how have you been?
Point. Yeah, man, I've been great. I've been working in the background. Yeah, I'm happy. Like, after I did my album, The Last Dance, I didn't really do much until now. So pretty much the diary was done. We finished the Tyce album.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited. We've put some work. We've put a lot of work in. So yeah.
Okay, so Tyce is working on an album.
It's done. Tyce album is done.
Okay, so that's some news right there.
Yeah, Tyce album is done. We're just waiting for schedule. I mean, I was gonna keep this top secret as well, but you know.
Yeah.
It's just for you, but don't even tell the listeners. I told you that.
They are listening right now. But anyways,
no, they can't listen. They won't.
Let's talk about your current My Diary. First things first, I love the lineup. I didn't even expect this. Like I was telling a colleague of mine, saying this is something that I was so looking forward to. This guy's stories, most especially Ebo, Mike 44, Tio as well, and not forgetting Microphone 7. Let's talk about that. The idea again. How did it?
Okay, so you have to be creative as an art guy. You know, I figured I used a lot of rappers and just the usual people, and obviously I expected people to think, oh, I'm gonna go the same route, and it just hit me that I could actually go with my brothers. You know, Tio. So Tio was the first one that came to mind, and I remember having a conversation. There was time we were having a conversation. And he hit me like, you know what, I could actually use Tio or not. So I asked him about it. He's like, yeah, sure, man, whenever you're ready, just hit me up. So that's where it all started. So after I thought of Tio, then everything just, fell in place. Like obviously after Tio, I was like, oh, I could actually put Ebo on it. I could put Mag 44, and I wanted to put somebody else, but I wasn't able to do so. Mm-hmm. But either way, you know what I'm saying? We still have a lot of options. And and I thought, Microphone 7 also will be a good idea because he's been on the come up and he's been doing pretty well. So that was a pretty good idea to have all these guys together and make a diary. So in my mind, it sounded like a very good idea. And unfortunately for me, it came out exactly. Do you know how, like, when you're planning something, then when you're done with it, it sounds the way you envision it, like the way you pictured something. When it's done, it sounds exactly the way you wanted it to sound. That's how that diary sounded. It took a bit of some time. Believe me, I've been thinking about doing this diary for the last 3 or 4 months. But I didn't have the beat idea. Sometimes you have like creativity kind of just lose you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think like, I want to start the diary, but I don't know how I want it to sound. You know what I'm saying? So until it hit me, on that particular day, the idea came to me and I started making it and I was satisfied. So once the beat was done, I sent it to Tio. Once Tio just sent in the chorus and his verse, that's it. The starting part is always the most difficult. Once that part is done, everything flows from there. So that's how we built it from there. And, So like I said, we've been recording it for the last 1 month now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And also I saw something on YouTube. Someone commented on your YouTube channel saying, when we thought KB My Diary is done, then another one drops. Is it something that we should expect more My Diary to continue? I remember we had this conversation.
Listen, for as long as we're gonna keep having artists, and artists always gonna have stories, why should the diary end now? It doesn't even make sense. I mean, unless if there was gonna be like a closing chapter, like, oh, you know what, it's done. There's nothing else to talk about. As far as I'm concerned, there's a new crop of artists that are coming up that, in the next year or two are definitely going to have stories to tell. There's so many artists on the come up that are going to have a chance to, say something in the diaries. I mean, you have people like Melodies More coming up. You have all these young and promising artists. And there are also some pretty old artists that haven't had a chance to say anything in the diary. So it's a process. And, some people was like, oh, why didn't you put this artist? There's a variety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to cater to as many people as possible, know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's definitely a work in progress.
Let me even take this opportunity to get to find out how Nexus is doing, and also anything that we should expect from Nexus. Any artists that we should expect, any work that is dropping soon?
Well, of course, it's a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've signed a couple of artists. We recently signed Gemax. Gemax just released his video. I don't know if you're aware of the video that came out this morning. I don't like to preempt everything, but listen, there's a lot of work that is happening in the background. You know what I'm saying? Afunika is working on his projects. Abel Chung hasn't dropped something yet, but I can assure you that there's a lot of work that is happening in the background. It's basically so much that is happening, and I'm just excited. We have to wait and see what we're going to put out in the future. And yeah, everything is a work in progress. We are working, and yeah, I'm excited. Things are moving the way I want them to move. Obviously, we have a bit of some challenges here and there, but that is expected.
And one more question. How's the feedback with people buying music? I know My Diary is not out for free in stores. Someone has to buy. But how is it going? Are people adapting to it?
110%. I knew this one from like 5 years ago. I've been selling my music for 5 years now. That be it on digital platforms, on iTunes, be it Spotify. I was actually one of the first people to sell my music in Besestani. When you have to start something, you have to believe in something and believe that it's going to happen. And, listen, there's a lot of people out there that are buying. There are a lot of people that pretend like, oh, no, this can't happen or whatever. It's happening. I feel like if everybody's in unison, if we all just put our foot down and say, you know what, we need to start selling our product now, because the market is there, I can tell you that for sure. The market is definitely there. It's just that how good is your product? How much do people want your product for them to get it? You know what I'm saying? You get excited and you buy it, and people are definitely buying. And, the sales so far in Besestani are extremely good.
All right.
Very, very good.
Okay. KB, we're about to play My Diary right now on Joy FM. It was an amazing... Let's get to leave it up to people to get to judge and also give us their thoughts on your current My Diary. But it was amazing having a chat with you right here on Joy FM.
Not a problem. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. That's Killer Beats right there. My Diary's out. I didn't see it coming, like I said. It's something that I didn't... the lineup, man. Let's get to play My Diary. It has Tio Nelson, Mike Ford 4, Ebo Chungu, don't forget Microphone 7, all the way from KB, Killer Beats right here on the Joyful Lounge. On the other side, we get back with your playlist right here on Joy FM.
Yeah, I learned something new. Being happy never goes out of style. I always choose happiness.